Welcome to Tech Topics. My name is Stephanie, and I'm an assistive technology and activity specialist with Future Insight. I hope you'll subscribe to our channel, like this video, and check back frequently for more content. Today we're going to talk about the Audible app for your iPhone with an emphasis on using Voiceover. We'll talk about the layout of the app, a little discussion on the setup and what you need to take for steps first, and we will search for books, download books, play a sample, and more. So let's just dig right in. First, you can download the Audible app for free on the App Store, and what you need to do first really is you're going to have to log in with your Amazon credentials. So if you don't have an Amazon account, then you'll have to set that up and have a username and password. You do not have to sign up for Amazon Prime or anything like that, but you do have to have an account with a username and password. So once you download the Audible app, you'll be asked to sign in, and you won't have to do that again unless for some reason you have deleted the app or something like that. But once that's in there, it's in there. And then from then on, you can actually ask Siri to open Audible. And then let's take a look now at the layout of the app. And we always, when we're using VoiceOver, I am sharing my screen for those using any remaining vision. And I do have VoiceOver on, so if you're listening, you can follow along as well. The best place to start when you open up an app, especially if you're a little bit unfamiliar with it, is to always check the bottom first and then the top to see what the options are. So the bottom has some tabs or menu items, and we will touch the lower left corner with our index finger to move the focus to that area. So I'll touch the lower left corner.
Selected Home tab 1 of 4.
Okay, and it said selected Home tab 1 of 4. That told us a few things. First, it said that we are in the home area and that there are 4 options at the bottom, and we're on the first one. So they move from left to right, 1 to 4. It also says it is selected or highlighted. That's the same thing visually. People say highlighted, VoiceOver users, something is selected. That's where we are, okay? But let's see what else is in this bottom menu. And to do that, we will flick to the right with one finger to move ahead in these items.
Library tab 2 of 4. Discover tab 3 of 4. Profile tab 4 of 4.
All right, and we'll explore these a little more independently as we go along. But first, let's check out what's at the top. So I'm going to touch the top left corner about a ½ inch down on the left. I'm not going to touch the very, very top because in the top, you have what's called the status bar. And up there, the status bar includes things like your battery, power level, remaining battery, the time, your Wi-Fi signal, all that good stuff. So that is always up at the top. So we want to avoid that a little bit. So we touch the top left corner about a ½ inch down.
Because you recently listened to bonus rewards. Audible.
Okay. And to make sure that I'm at the beginning of the information, I can then flick left. And you hear that little bong noise?
Audible.
That means there are no other options before this one. I cannot flick left anymore because there's nothing there to land on. So now we can start flicking to the right. But first, what did this say? Let's land on it one more time. Hang on.
Search Audible.
So it just says Audible. And now we will flick to the right to move ahead and see what we have here. I am in the home section, so this is what's at the top.
Search button.
Okay.
Searches your library and the Audible catalog.
So we can search the library and the Audible catalog here. I'll flick to the right again.
Audible rewards button.
And there are some Audible rewards if you're interested in, finding out more about that. You can do so. We'll flip to the right again.
Sky Raiders, based on your listening.
Okay, so then it gets right into some of the books, based on my listening. Now I am sharing this account with my husband, so we sort of have a mishmash of different books, kind of eclectic looking. So we're in the home area, and that means there are some different categories. So we could just keep flicking to the right and move down all this information. I'll do that a little bit, and then we can flick left to move back up. I'll do that just a little bit. Let's do that.
You have 3 credits.
So I have 3 credits. I'm going to flick to the right again.
Audible Rewards is officially here. See what your listening unlocks. Join for free. Terms apply. Link.
Okay, that's
button.
if you want to be part of it.
Listening levels. Listen 5+ minutes a day to unlock discounts. Days don't need to be in a row. Join for free.
So they have some
button.
challenges here with some options, to get little perks, basically. I'm going to flick to the right again.
Bonus rewards. Complete promotions and challenges to earn extra discounts or credits. Join for free.
And they're really
button.
pushing these things forward. I'm going to flick to the right.
An anniversary gift. Earn 1 free credit every 12 months as an active member. Join for free.
Flick to the right again.
Because you recently listened to Battle of the Ampere.
Okay, that's a heading. That's a sign that we're in this because you recently listened to. Well, here's some things that might relate to that book in that genre or similar vibe. So I'll flick to the right.
Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. 1 credit. Button.
And it does tell you how many credits
Displays book
it
details.
is.
City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. 1 credit. Button. The Calamity Club by Catherine Stockett. 1 credit. Button. Artemis by Andy Weir. 1
Okay,
credit. Button.
and it goes on and on. If I flick
Displays
left, I go
book
back up
details.
the list.
The Calamity Club by Catherine Stockett. 1 credit. Button. City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. 1 credit. Button. Keeper of the Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. 1 credit. Atomic Habits by James Clear. 1 credit. The Unselected Journals of Eminem. Lion. Volume 1 by Beth Brower. 1 credit. But Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. 1 credit. Button. Because you recently listened to Battle of the Ampere.
Okay,
Heading.
so I'm back on the heading. That tells me, oh, there's other headings in here that I can browse through pretty much. So I will do that. We're going to look by heading here. And we will get into a little bit of, the credits and the different ways you can join when we go over to the profile tab. But for now, let's just explore this home screen together. So I'm on a heading. I can search, I can navigate by heading. And to do that, you're going to use the rotor gesture to be able to navigate by heading. There is a tutorial in the Tech Topics playlist in Future Insight that you can check out and learn about how to use the rotor if you're not familiar with it. But I call it the touch, twist, lift gesture. You take 2 fingers. I like my thumb and my index finger. I leave a little space between them. I touch the screen, I twist, and then I lift my fingers off the screen. And every time I do that, I land on a different shortcut that I put in the rotor. So I'm going to touch, twist, lift until I hear the word headings. I happen to hear it right away. First one. That's pretty good. So now that I heard headings, I don't have to double tap on it. I can just, when you're in the rotor, you flick up or down, okay, instead of left or right. To hear the next instance of a heading, I flick down, and so on and so on. To hear a previous instance of a heading, I flick up with 1 finger. So I'm going to flick down with 1 finger.
Next up in your series. Heading.
Okay. Next up in my series.
On sale and recommended for you. Button.
All right, there's another category I could check out. So these are the headings of things I might want to find out more about. I'm going to flick down again.
Only from Audible. Explore new Audible originals and exclusives.
Okay,
Heading.
Audible has some original books.
Current highlights. Heading. Similar to what you've enjoyed. Heading. Shop from your Goodreads want to read shelf. Button. Heading. Top picks for you.
So there's
in.
quite a few
Literature.
headings, to say the least, on this home area. It's a very large hodgepodge area of different categories of things I might want to check out. But I'm going to flick up and get to a heading that I might be interested in. So I'm going to flick up to go to previous instances of a heading.
Shop from your Goodreads want to read shelf. Button. Similar to what you've enjoyed.
I'm still flicking
Heading.
up
Current highlights.
with one
Heading.
finger.
Only from Audible. Explore new Audible originals and exclusives. Heading. On sale and recommended for you. Button. Heading. Next up in your series. Heading.
Right, maybe next up in my series. Okay, so I say, that's a heading I'm interested in. I wonder what's under that heading. So we now go back to traditional navigation to work our way forward or down, ahead line by line. Okay, so we flick to the right. And if I wanted to go backwards, I flick to the left. I want to know what's under this heading. Sometimes I give the analogy of think of the old-fashioned newspaper articles. You'd have the headline and the article under it, the headline and the article under it. Well, we've been doing the shortcut through the rotor of just skipping to headline, but we want to read the article, so to speak, under what's next in the series, in this heading. So I have to flick to the right to move forward line by line or hear what's underneath this heading. I want to read the story, so to speak. So I'm going to flick to the right.
Farmer Boy by Laura Ingalls Wilder. One
Okay.
credit. Button.
So,
Displays book details.
all right, I'm going to flick to the right again.
Little House on the Prairie by Laura Ingalls Wilder. One credit. Button.
They recently had a TV.
Displays
Yeah, they
book
recently had a
details.
new TV series out, so it sparked a little interest in the old books from years ago. I'm going to flick to the right again.
The Mistake by Al Kennedy. One credit. Button.
Okay.
Displays book details.
I'm going to flick to the right again.
The Score by Al Kennedy. One
And
credit.
again.
Button. Quidditch Through the Ages by J. K. Rowling and Ken Ilworthy Wisp. One credit. Button. The Tales of Beetle the Bard by J. K. Rowling. One credit. Button. The Two Towers by J. R.R. Tolkien. One credit. Tom Clancy Pressure Depth by Jack Stewart. One credit.
All right, well, here's a
Button.
Tom Clancy.
Displays book
Here's
details.
a Tom Clancy book. So maybe I want to know more about this book. I'm interested. So now I want to open this up. I want to double tap with one finger. So I'll do that to open it up. I want to execute that.
Tom Clancy.
All right.
Button.
So you hear back button because it often will give you that little freebie and say back button because maybe you changed your mind. Maybe you didn't want to really read about, this particular Tom Clancy book and you quickly wanted to go back to your list in the home area. So I heard the back button. So what I hear is where I am and I could just double tap and go back if I wanted to, but I don't. And I know the back button is near the top left corner, so I can just flick to the right and see what's happening inside this area. So let's flick to the right.
Share button. Opens the sharing options menu.
Okay, that is exactly what it says. I could double tap here, and then all the different methods I could share would pop up and, such as texting, emailing, put it in my notes, and so on, would come up and I would just follow those steps. So you can, if you come across a good book that you think somebody else might want to read, you could share this and they would see, that looks like a pretty good book. Maybe I should get it. Flick to the right again, though, to move ahead or forward in this information.
Give feedback button. Pop-up button. Double tap to activate the
Okay,
picker.
you can give feedback. Flick to the right.
Tom Clancy Pressure Depth Heading.
All right, that's a sign. Whenever you see the heading, it's a sign of where you are. Flick to the right.
Audiobook. 11 hours, 59 minutes.
Okay, tells you how long it is, and it's an audiobook.
Thriller and suspense. Military. Submarine.
There's the category it's in.
No ratings. Button.
No ratings. I'm flicking to the right still.
1 credit.
So 1 credit, it's telling you.
By Jack Stewart.
The author.
Narrated by Scott Brick. Minus 30%.
It looks like a little on sale there.
$16.38 US.
Okay, if you wanted to buy it, you could. Say you only get so many credits per month and you've used them up, or, you know, well, and we'll talk about this. You don't even have to use credits. You want to purchase. You can do that too. But I'm going to flick to the right.
Non-member price. $23.40 US.
So you definitely save if you're a member of Audible.
Credits available. 3. Pre-order for 1 credit.
Ooh,
Button.
pre-order. This book isn't even out yet. Interesting. All right, I'm going to flick to the right.
Pre-order for $16.38 US. Button. Add to wish list.
And you can
Button.
add it to a list. So here I could add it right to the wish list.
Included in series. Heading. A Jack Ryan Jr. novel. Button. Summary.
And now we'll
Heading.
hear a summary of the book if I flick to the right.
Some secrets are best left at the bottom of the ocean. But since that's not in Jack Ryan Jr.'s nature, he'll battle all of China to stop them from finding a weapon of immense destructive power in the latest entry in the #1 New York Times best-selling series. Jack Ryan Jr. is on Guam to work on a project for Hendley Associates. It's a perfectly ordinary insurance matter, but trouble finds the Ryans wherever they go. So, it's no surprise when Jack's involvement with the U.S. Navy dive team working off the coast uncovers a threat to international security. For years, rumors persisted that the Soviets had placed a device for tracking American submarines on the seafloor. By now, the technology should be outdated, but the Americans are still interested in recovering it. It's a seemingly routine mission until they make a shocking discovery. The defensive network they thought they were looking for is actually a weapon unlike anything they've ever seen. That explains the arrival of a Chinese special operations team who seem determined to get their hands on the aging tech, even if they have to kill to do it. They're sure they can handle the Americans, but they don't know Jack.
That was quite the lengthy, thorough description. So you get an idea of what the book is about. And if you really want to purchase it for a credit or outright purchase it. I'm going to flick to the right.
Read more.
You could
Button.
read more.
Thriller and suspense. Button. China.
So you could
Button.
read more in these categories, okay? If you like thriller and suspense, you could double tap on that and it would go there. If you like books about China, you could double tap and read more, you know, book titles, suggestions from that category. Flick to the right.
Suspense.
Another category.
Button. Military. Button. Genre fiction. Button. War and military. Button. Submarine.
So these are all
Button.
buttons, meaning you can double tap, and then you would be presented with a list of books in these categories and genres.
Product details. Heading. Release date. September 1st, 2026.
Okay, it's coming out soon, depending on when you're listening to this.
Language. English. Publisher. Random House Audio. WhisperSync for voice ready. Continue the series. Heading. Tom Clancy: The Coldest War, by M. P. Woodward. Narrated by Scott Brick. 17 hours. No, you may also enjoy. Ellipse. Military thrillers. List. 1 of 7. Switch button. Off. Exciting. List. 2 of 7. Switch button. Off. CIA. List. 3 of 7.
So
Switch
they're
button.
giving
Off.
you list ideas, all right, of how the books could be categorized and placed in. You could put the different books in different lists.
War. List. 4. Heartfelt. List. 5 of thriller. List. 6 of history. List. 7 of 7. Tom Clancy: Rules of Engagement, by Ward Larson. 1. The Fourth Auction, by Jack Carr. N.
All right, so
E. Woodward.
there's quite a
1
bit
credit.
here. So I'm going to back out of that. This is just one example of a book coming out. So I want to go to that top left corner
Back.
and
button.
I'm going to double tap.
Back. Audible.
All right. So that is just one example in this home area in a category under a heading of what you could open up and check out. Let's try to search for something.
The next up in your series. Next up in your Project Hail Mary.
All
Audible.
right, I touch the top left. I'm going to flick to the right.
Search button.
All right,
Search is your library and the Audible catalog.
let's try searching for something. I'm going to double tap.
Search. Search field is editing. Search our catalog. Insertion point at start. Search is your library and the Audible catalog. Use the rotor to access misspelled words.
And the keyboard comes up on the bottom half of the screen. And this is where you could type or dictate, the book title, author, that kind of thing. Or a keyword, maybe a genre, who knows, right? Maybe I'll just type mystery. I'll try that, see what happens.
Cap N. Cap M. Cap T. My. Y. Y. S. S. T. T. E. E. R. R. Y.
And then
Y.
in the lower right, there's a search button right above the dictate button. I'm using the microphone to do this tutorial, so that's why I had to type. But certainly it's more efficient and quicker to just dictate. But I typed in mystery, and now I will double tap because I heard it say search. What you hear is where you are, so I can now double tap anywhere on the screen.
Mini player.
Right.
Preview. The
Now,
Calamity Club. Selected.
I'm going to touch near the top left corner again to move the focus so I don't miss anything in the results.
Selected. All. Audiobooks. Podcasts. Audio.
And you have
selected.
all audiobooks
Audiobooks.
or podcasts. I only want audiobooks.
Audiobooks.
So I double tapped on
Selected.
that. Now I'll keep flicking to the right.
Podcast. Filter. List. In my library. List. Included. List. 3 audiobooks. 57,976.
That is a lot of books, let me tell you. But, you could be more specific. You could type an author, a book title, anything, or, get a little more detailed with your search. But I just typed mystery for the fun of it. So let's flick to the right.
The Widow by John Grisham. 4.5 of 5 stars. Based on 15,286 ratings. 1 credit. Button. Pop-up button. Double tap to activate the picker.
Okay, I'm going to flick to the right again.
Stranger in the Woods by Annie Taylor. 4.6 of 5 stars. Based on 26,184 ratings. Button. Pop-up button.
Okay, and I want to
Double
know
tap
more
to
about this book, so I'm going to double tap with one finger.
Back button.
And now I'm going to move my focus to the top left corner to make sure I don't miss anything on this page.
Preview button. Share.
Okay, there's that back button. Now I can flick to the right.
Share
I could share this book.
Opens the sharing options menu.
And here's something we haven't checked out yet.
Preview.
Preview. We can preview the book. Here, a little sample. Let's try that for a second. I'm going to double tap on it.
Preview. Back button.
This is Audible.
Audible Studios presents Stranger in the Woods, written by Annie Taylor, performed by Harriet Gordon Anderson. For my wonderful father, who asked about my writing until the very last day he was able to. And for my sister Karen and nieces Naomi and Kylie, who love a wild-hearted Scotsman, their husband and father, Malcolm. Prologue. Elodie McGregor. Greenmire, Scottish Highlands, December 2015. The more Elodie tried to ignore the cold and dark, the more it crept in. Bare branches tapped and scraped against the windows. Tall forest stared inside. Chilled air stepped into the rooms like unwanted visitors. Her fingers fumbled as she set down her game controller and zipped up her jacket.
And there are several, different readers that they have excellent readers, really, for Audible. This was just one. Depending on the book, you might, have a male American reader or, a male British reader or so on. A female American reader. So there's a lot of different readers that they use, and the quality of the readers are pretty amazing, pretty interesting. So, but that was a sample, a preview. The book, I can flick to the right because this is, so now we're going to hear a little bit. This isn't going to be a one you put on a wish list because this is already out. We don't have to pre-order it.
Share button.
There's that preview. Let's flip to the right.
Give feedback button. Pop-up Stranger in the Woods. Heading. Audiobook. 13 hours. 57 minutes. Thriller. Psychological. Crime. 4.6 of 5 stars. Based on 26,184 ratings.
And notice they give you the ratings. It's rated out of how many people. You can double tap here because it's a button, and you could start reading some of those reviews if you really enjoy other people's comments on the book. You can certainly double tap and then peruse through that information. I'm going to flick to the right again.
3.9 on Goodreads. 25,010 ratings.
Okay, it's also rated on Goodreads.
By Annie Taylor. Narrated by Harriet Gordon Anderson. Credits available. 3. Resume button. Add to library button. More options button.
So I could add it to my library without downloading it. Resume playing the preview.
More options. Highly rated by listeners for heading. Unpredictable plot twists. Summary. Heading. Photographer Isla Wilson is thrilled she's landed her dream job, but the clients who hired her are getting stranger by the day. It sounded so perfect. A month's assignment at the lush Scottish Highlands property of architect Alban McGregor and his wife, Jessica. But in the woods, there's a playhouse with a chilling history. 2 years ago, the McGregor's daughter Elodie was abducted and then died in that playhouse. The townspeople insist her abductor had to be a stranger in their town. Alban refuses to knock the playhouse down, even keeping a picture of it on his wall. Sensing the McGregors and townspeople are keeping terrible secrets, Isla plans to discover the truth. But the closer Isla comes to uncovering answers, the more the danger mounts. And with a dense cover of snow now blanketing the town, all chance of escape might already be gone. Annie Taylor lives on the Central Coast, north of Sydney, Australia, with her partner and 4 boys. Her thriller novels include The Game You Played, Birds in Flight, and Poison Orchids.
Again, a very thorough description of the book. I can flick to the right.
Read more button. Thriller button. Crime button. Mystery button. Exciting button. Thriller and suspense button. Scary button. Fiction button. Show more button. Product details heading. Release date September 6, 2022. Publisher Audible Studios. WhisperSync for voice ready. You may also enjoy exciting list 1 of psychological thrillers. Crime list. Scary list. Psychology list. Contemporary fiction list. Thriller list. Marriage list. The Guest List by Lucy Fuller. The Stranger in the Woods. Verity by Colleen Hoover. My Husband's Wife.
So it keeps on going. Let's turn the rotor to headings again. And I'm going to flick down.
Explore titles in thriller and suspense. Heading. Audible originals you may also enjoy. Learn even more about psychology. Authors similar to Annie Taylor. Ask Maven. Heading. Your listening stats. Button. Heading. What listeners say. Heading. Explore reviews. Pop-up button.
And there's the bottom finally. That was a lot quicker than flicking to the right, continuing, over and over and over again. So let's back out of this.
Performance Insight. Performance Insight. Back. Button. Back.
All right, that was the search area at the top. In the home, right now we're on
tab bar.
Home in the bottom left tab. let's flick to the right and let's
Library,
go to our
tab, 2 of 4.
library. I'm going to double tap on that. Now that I've heard it, I can double tap anywhere on the screen.
Selected.
And I'm going to start near the top left corner.
Listen. Search. Button. Search. Button. Search. Listen. Tab. 1 of 3. Audiobooks. Tab. 2 of 3. Selected. Lists. Tab.
Okay.
3 of 3.
So you have, again, you have...
Shows your lists. Audio. Search.
It starts with a
List,
search where you can search your library. Flick to the right.
Listen.
All right, you
Tab,
can just start
1 of
listening to something in your library.
Audiobooks. Tab.
Okay,
2 of 3.
audiobooks.
Shows all your audiobooks.
Shows all my audiobooks.
Selected.
And there's my
tab.
lists.
3 of 3.
Maybe I want to see all of my audiobooks. I'm going to double tap on
Audiobooks.
that.
Tab.
I'm going to
2 of
tap
3.
on this one.
Selected. Audiobooks. Tab. 2 of 3.
And it even told you there were 3 options there, right? The listen, audiobooks, and the lists. Now I'm going to keep flicking to the right.
All filters. List. 1 of 11. Switch button.
You
Off.
can filter. You can
Double tap
filter.
to toggle. Not started titles. List. 2 of 11. Switch button. Titles in progress. List. 3 of 11. Switch button. Off. Finished. List. 4 of 11. Downloaded. List. 5 of 11. Play. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Full Cast Edition. By J. K. Rowling. Finished. Button. Pop. Play. The Deal. By Al Kennedy. 12. Play. Pride and Prejudice. By Jane Austen. 13 hours. Read and listen. Button. Pop
All right, so here's a
button.
book, Pride and Prejudice. So if I want to hear it,
Play. Play.
I can
Pride
just
and
double
Prejudice.
tap here.
To make Hansford
Picking up
extremely
from where
down
you
to a
left.
lady
And it said, picking up from where I left off.
Play.
People believe
Harry
us
Potter and the
grateful for the
Half-Blood Prince.
condescension,
Full
and
Cast
that we have done
Edition.
everything
By
in
J.
our power to prevent your spending your time unpleasantly. Elizabeth was eager with her thanks and assurances of happiness. She had spent 6 weeks with great enjoyment, and the pleasure of being with Charlotte and the kind attention she had received must make her feel the obliged. Mr. Collins was gratified, and
All
with a
right,
more
and I stopped that, paused it.
Tab bar. Selected. Library. Tab.
Okay.
2 of 4. Play. Sweet Expectations. Characters. Actions.
Now, if we turn the
Activate.
rotor to actions, we can flick down and hear some different actions about a book. Let me just pick one that I might want to
Harry
work
Potter.
with.
Play. Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Full Cast Edition.
Okay.
By J.
Harry Potter and the Full Cast Edition. I'm going to make sure my rotor is on actions still, so that touch, twist, lift.
Character.
I heard
Actions.
actions.
Activate.
Now I can flick down and say, what are my actions I could do with this book? So flick down with one finger.
Play.
So I could double tap and start hearing it. I'm going to flick down again.
Context menu.
There's a context menu with some other options. And activate.
Default.
So this cycles around, okay? Let's flick down again. And we'll
Play.
do it again. We're going to go down to context menu.
Context
And
menu.
let's double tap.
Title details. Button. More in series.
Now you go back to
Button.
flicking to the right to hear what's in this context menu.
J. K. Rowling. Button. Share. Button. Mark as finished.
So we could mark
Button.
as finished.
Rate and review.
Good. We
Button.
could do our own, rating and review.
Clips and notes.
Can even
Button.
have some notes.
Add to favorites.
Add
Button.
it to favorites.
Play next.
Go
Button.
right into the next one.
Add to list.
And here's where you can
Button.
add it to a list. So that's important to know if you would like to add a book to a list.
Hide this title.
Hide
Button.
the title.
Remove download. 0 KB.
You can remove the
Button.
download. And by the way, the books don't really take up too much room. I have quite a few books in here in my library, and I'm not having any issues.
Dismiss
And we
context
get
menu.
to
Button.
dismiss the context menu. Well, that's what we want to do now, so we double tap. So So I've shown
Search
you
button.
what's in the home section, what's in the library, your library, how to access those books and play them, and how to also access the context menu so that you can have the title, the author, and some added information to take, advantage of. Now let's look at the next tab at the bottom. So we've done the lower left,
Tab bar.
home, and then we
tab,
just
1.
did.
Selected.
Okay,
Library.
let's
Tab.
flick
2
to
of
the
4.
right.
Discover. Tab.
All
3
right,
of
let's
4.
double tap on Discover.
Selected.
And then we start near the top, about ½ inch down the top left.
2023 2000 browse by search button.
Okay,
Search
and
button.
I started at the top. I flicked to the left to
Searches
make
your
sure I
library
was
in
at the
Audible
beginning.
catalog.
I heard that
Search,
little bong.
search
You heard the
button.
bong, so you know there's nothing to the left of that. So I'm going, again, you can search, search for anything. We're in the Discover area. We can search for anything in our library or in the catalog. I'm going to flick to the right.
Discover something new.
Okay, there's headings in here, quite a few headings. So I'll go down a few, but then I'll switch to navigate by heading. So discover something new, and we flip to the right.
All categories. List. 1 of 5. Button. Audible charts. List. 2 of 5. New releases. List.
So maybe
3 of
you're
5.
super
Button.
interested in new releases. You could just double tap on that, and you'd be presented with a list of books that are new releases.
Browse by duration. List. 4 of 5.
Maybe you only
Button.
like books, under 15 hours. You could do that.
Listeners most wanted. List. 5 of 5. Button. You have 3 credits to use toward a bestseller. Button. Browse by category. Button. Heading. Kids. Button.
So here's categories.
Young adult. Button. Travel. Button. Sports and outdoors. Self-development. Button. Science and technology. Sci-fi. Button. Romance. Button. Religion and spirituality. Politics and social sciences. Browse bestsellers by year. Look. 2025 bestsellers. Button.
Let's try that. Here's a category. Let's double tap on it.
2000. Back. Button.
Now we can start near the top.
2025 bestsellers. Heading. Top picks for you in 2025 bestsellers.
Okay, and
Heading.
that's the sign of where we are. We're in the right place where we wanted. Just keep flicking to the right.
The Intruder by Frida McFadden. Narrated by Joe Hemphill. Patricia Santomasso. Tina Wollstonecraft. 8 hours. 19 minutes. 4.5 out of 5 stars. 1 credit. Button. Displays book details.
Okay. Let's just see if we have any actions on a book we haven't downloaded.
Characters. Actions.
And we do.
Activate.
So we can flick down.
Not interested in
And you
this
can
title.
say that you're not interested in this title and it will not be presented to you anymore. Flick down again.
Activate.
And activate.
Default.
And that's
Not
really
interested
it.
in this title.
All
Activate.
right, let's flick to the
Default.
right.
We Are All Guilty Here, by Karin Slaughter. Narrated by Kathleen Early. 16 hours. 33 minutes. 4.7 out of 5 stars. 1 credit. Button. Displays book details.
And if I wanted those details, I could double tap here.
We Are All Back.
And then you can start near the top left.
Back. Button.
You have that back button, so you know you're at that correct area to start flicking to the right.
Share. Button. Preview.
We could
button.
preview it.
Give feedback. Button. Most popular. We Are All Guilty Here. Heading. A novel. Heading. Audiobook. 16 hours. 33 minutes.
And again, I'm just flicking to the right.
Best of 2025. Editors select. Women. 4.7 of 5 stars. Based on 14,222 ratings.
And if I wanted to
Button.
check out some of those ratings and reviews, I would double tap.
4.2 on Goodreads. 203,777 ratings. 1 credit. By Karin Slaughter. Narrated by Kath. Preview. Button. Give
Oh,
feedback.
it bounced me
button.
up.
Pop-up button.
Sometimes it bounces you.
Double tap to
Sometimes it
activate the
bounces you
feed.
up a little bit. So I'm going to flick to the right a little faster.
Most popular. We Are All Guilty. A novel. Audiobook. Best of 2000. 4.7. 4.2 on 1 credit. By Karen Slaughter. Narrated by. Preview.
Yep,
Button.
and that's all it's giving you there. So 1 credit, you could go for it if you wanted to, but I'm not going to buy it. So I have 3 credits and I really want to use them wisely. So I'm going to wait and really think about what I really want. So I'm going to double tap on the back button in the top left corner.
Back
And by the way, if
button.
you can't find that back button, another gesture you can do with VoiceOver is the scrub gesture, and it takes you back 1 layer at a time. It's as if you double tapped on back once to back out 1 area. So 1 layer at a time. So you can do the scrub gesture. It is taking 2 fingers and just scrubbing back and forth like you're making the letter Z. And there we go.
Button. We Are All Guilty Here. By She Didn't See It Coming. By Sherry Lapina. Narrated by January Lavoie. 9 hours. 48 minutes. 4.4 out of 5 stars. 1 credit. Button. The Tenant. By Frida McFadden. Narrated by Will Dameron. Christine Lakin. 8 hours. 50 minutes. 4.4 out of 5 stars. 1 credit. Button. Displays book details.
Remember, we're in a specific category of bestsellers 2025. If you want to go back another layer, again, you could go up to that top left corner and double tap on back button, or you could do the scrub gesture.
Search.
Okay,
Button.
and you
Searches your library and the Audible catalog.
so you start flicking to the right,
Discover something new.
and we're back
Heading.
at the top in this Discover area. What if we turn the rotor to headings? Touch, twist, lift to headings. And now
Headings.
I'm going to flick down with 1 finger to hear the next instance of a heading.
Browse by category. Button. Heading. Browse bestsellers by year. A look back. Browse by author. Button.
So if you have a favorite
Heading.
author, you could browse by author, see what pops up.
Niche topics. Popular subcategories from the catalog. Heading. Heading
And that's
not
the
found.
bottom. So if I flick up,
Browse by author. Button. Heading. Browse bestsellers by year. Browse by category. But discover something new.
all right,
Heading.
and you go backwards in your headings. And remember, those are the headings. And if you want to know anything underneath a heading, you go back to your flicking right to go forward navigation, or flick left to go backward navigation. All right. So that's the Discover area. So we've done home and
Tab bar.
library.
Tab. 2 of selected. Discover.
Discover.
Tab.
Notice that's
3 of
highlighted or selected. So that tells us where we are. And then we have the profile
tab.
area.
4 of 4.
So you can, like I said, you can buy Audible books either by using the points if you have joined Audible and you've subscribed to a certain plan. And I'm already in a plan, so I can't really show you that, but that would be in your profile area. And you can have no plan and just purchase books with a credit card, you know, for the regular price, or if they're on sale. Or you can have a membership, and they have different ones, and they change sometimes. You know, I'm not going to get into price points. That's not what I'm about. I'm about orienting you to the app. But they have a single book a month, you know, 1 credit a month, I should say. They call them credits. So 1 credit a month type of a plan. They have an every other credit a month plan. They have 2 credits a month plan. And they also have an option where you set the credits per year, and you can decide how many credits you want, and then it will calculate that price for the year. So there's some choices in there. And then some really cool things you can do with it is, well, I'm going to double tap on profile now.
Profile. Tab. 4 of 4.
So I heard it, And now I'm going to double tap anywhere on the screen.
Selected.
Okay, it said selected. Make sure we're at the top left.
Discover. Tab. Bonus. Settings. Button.
Okay.
Settings.
Now,
Button.
inside settings, there's certain areas where I'm
Navigates to
not going
settings.
to reveal my personal information. But in settings, you do have a couple of accessibility features. They're mainly based on motion and that kind of thing. And you can also change, well, that's not in that area. But you can change the theme to light mode, dark mode, or automatic, depending on your automated setting of your phone. And so you do have that feature. And then also, let's flick to the right.
Cap G.
And that's my
Gary.
husband's first name because I told you we share the account. Let's flick to the right.
Member since
Okay,
2017.
it says when we've been a member.
3.
We
Credits.
have 3
Button.
credits.
Navigates to benefits page.
So we could go to the benefits page and see what's available.
133. Titles.
Flick to the
Button.
right again.
Navigates to titles graph. 16. Badges.
We've earned
Button.
16 badges.
Navigates to
Yeah,
your
I don't really
badges.
pay attention to the badges and things like that. I just enjoy the books, but some other people might enjoy the badges.
Selected. Profile. Tab. 1 of 3.
Let's see. Profile. Hold on a second.
16. Selected. Profile. Tab. 1 of
So
3.
there's profile,
Membership. Tab.
Membership.
2 of 3. Help and support.
Help and
Tab.
support.
3 of 3. Audible Rewards. Track your Audible Rewards is officially here. See what your listening unlocks. Join for free. Terms apply. Link.
So you
Button.
can get some rewards.
Listening levels. Listen 5+ minutes a day to unlock discounts. Days don't need to be in a row. Join for free.
These are the
Button.
things they want you to join.
Bonus rewards. Complete promotions and challenges to earn extra discounts or credits. Join for free. Button. An anniversary gift. Earn 1 free credit every 12 months as an active member. Join for
And
free.
remember, a lot of that
Button.
is what we saw in the home screen area inside this Notes app. That was at the top.
Create a kid's profile. Share only the titles you choose.
So that's
Button.
nice if you have kids or
Displays
grandchildren.
create kids profile
Oops, sorry.
screen.
It's nice if you have kids or grandchildren and you want to, set up a little account just for them.
Your offers. Sales and deals. Button. Activity and stats. Listen history. Button. Listening stats. Button. Listening level. Button. Badges. Button. Audible gifts. Gift a membership or audiobook. Button. Mini player. Pride and Prejudice.
And that's the mini
Chapter
player
38.
because the last book we played a sample of was Pride and Prejudice. It puts it in the mini player, and if I double tap, I would bring that up a little bigger.
Tab bar. Home. Tab.
But
Mini player.
before I go any further, under settings also is an area, like I said, at the top was settings, and I can't really reveal everything in there, but you can link your Audible to other apps, which is kind of cool. You can link it to your Goodreads. I like that. So Goodreads is an app. It's a different standalone app where you can search for books and read ratings, read summaries. But I love it because you can keep lists of books you have read, books you're currently reading, and books you want to read. So if you link it to Goodreads, then you have all that access as well, connecting it right into here. And you can also connect it to a navigation app. So while you're walking around or traveling, you can listen to the book in the background. You can also adjust the player in the settings area, speaking of that, so that you can continue to listen while you're not in the app, things like that. So there's some good options inside settings to definitely check out. And you can also, an interesting feature is if you have some low vision, and you like to follow along a little bit, but you still enjoy the Audible book, if you get the Kindle app, then you can buy the book on Kindle, and there's an option in there for a discounted, much cheaper rate to buy the Audible book as well. And when you do that, you can click on the headphones in the Kindle app, and you can listen and see the words and follow along. So that's kind of interesting. And I believe it works in reverse as well. In Audible, if you have the Kindle app, when you get an Audible book, you can also access the words in reverse, I believe. I don't use it in that fashion, but I know it definitely works when you get the book in Kindle and then, grab the Audible as well through it that way. Now there's Kindle standalone devices, right? But they have their own, Audible adaptation that you can listen along with. So you don't need to get the Audible book as well as the Kindle book if you have a standalone Kindle player. They have some screen reading capability of their own to listen to the books. Let's see. Another great thing with Audible is they work with your Amazon Alexa device, and that's really nice. You can link it to that, and then you can just ask it to, resume your Audible book. So I have my device in this room, and I could say, Amazon, read my Audible book. Going to make this. That's Amazon for you. Going to make a liar out of me. Amazon, resume my audiobook.
Resuming Pride and Prejudice from Audible.
Or smiling solemnity replied, "It gives me great pleasure to hear that you have passed your time not disagreeably. We have certainly done our best, and most
Amazon,
have it."
Stop. And I can even ask the device to, skip to chapter 5, go backwards 15 minutes, things like that as well. So it's nice that your Audible will work with that. And another great thing is if you have the Ray-Ban Meta AI glasses, or any of the Meta glasses that have that capability, then you can listen to your Audible books through there. You can link that right up, get that going in your settings inside your connected apps in your Meta AI app. So there's some really great features with Audible, whether you're doing it on your phone or connecting it to another app. And so in conclusion then for today, we've pretty much covered quite a bit to get you going, that's for sure. We've talked about the layout of the app at the bottom with the tabs, the home, the library, the discover, and the profile, and the top area with search and share, review, and sometimes preview pops up there. We've learned to use our headings in our rotor to really go faster to get to different suggested categories of books. And then we use our basic navigation flick right to move down the page and the lists to see the books. And you can double tap on a book to read more info, such as the author and the description. Then you can buy it for a credit. You can buy it for a discounted membership price if you've run out of credits, but you still want the book. Or you can buy it if you don't even have a membership, through Amazon. Then you can still get involved with Audible and just use your credit card and pay the full price for a book if you wish. So you can leave reviews and rate the books, put them in lists. And it's really a lot of fun. It's a great app to have, I think. It's definitely worth putting in your books toolbox. I have several different book apps. There's another tech topic tutorial in this playlist all about the Bard mobile app if you want to check that out as well. So I thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy books and keep on reading.